All right, so let's move on to the Kansas City Chiefs. This is a Chiefs team coming off a tough road loss against a very good Bengals team, 27-24. But there is some good news around the horizon for the Chiefs. This is a team, we all know it, right? This is a team designed and focused only on getting back to the Super Bowl and winning it. Regular season losses really don't pay them any mind because it only affects seeding. They're focused on the long term. Mize, you got some good news about the Chiefs long term for the rest of the year and for the playoff push. But before I hand it over to you, Chiefs fans, you've got a long and storied history. There's no doubt about it. It goes back to the Lamar Hunt days, right? The Hank Stram days. You have the 90s with Joe Montana, the Nigerian Nightmare before that, Derek Thomas, and of course the Dick Vermeil, Priest Holmes days. And now you've got the Chiefs with Andy Reid and Pat Mahomes. This is a long and storied franchise, but there are a few guys, a few former Kansas City Chiefs that aren't in the Hall of Fame, but they really should be. But we want to hear from you in the comment section below. Give us one of those Chiefs that you think really should be in the Hall of Fame that isn't. Let us know in the comments. But Miles, what do you have out of Kansas City?
Yeah, Nick. The Chiefs, as we said, tough loss to a very, very frisky Bengals team, a Bengals team that could potentially make a long playoff push. And that would be likely the place where these two teams meet again. But this time, hopefully, Nick, they have the extra piece to push them over the edge. And that is a healthy Kadarius Toney, because we know when he's healthy, he is a monster. And he was not on the field against the Bengals. In fact, he has not played since before Thanksgiving. 11-20 versus the Chargers was his last game. So, he's been out for quite a while. He has come back and started practicing, Nick. He's a second day in a row. He's at a limited practice. So that's a good sign. He's out on the field. He's doing stuff. That is very, very good, meaning I would say it's a stretch to say he plays this weekend against the Broncos, but it's looking good for the future for this Chiefs team, who is, like you alluded to, really just looking forward towards the future. This is like a Super Bowl or bust team for the Chiefs now with all the success they've had, really, don't you think?
100% agree. And it's not just Tony. Mecole Hardman, a guy who's been out for a long time, was also looking good according to Andy Reid. He's slated to come off IR next week. Andy Reid and the Chiefs, according to the Kansas City Star, think he'll actually have a strong chance of playing week 15 against the Houston Texans, right? And you can see this kind of momentum, this, getting players healthy and getting playing at the right time for this right part of the season. It's one of those cliches. You always hear it all the time. There's a little bit of truth to it. You want to play your best football at the end of the year. All the talking heads talk about it. I mean, it's kind of true, but really what you want to be is you want to be healthy and you want to be in rhythm. Right. So it's not just to be playing well and playing in rhythm. You want to be healthy with all your guys. So that way, when it comes to playoff time, you've got your best players and your best players are playing in rhythm. So I really like the fact that the Chiefs are getting a lot of these guys back now at this time. They got Hardman coming back. They got Tony coming back. There's a story out today from NewJersey.com that Isaiah Pacheco is getting, he's not hitting the rookie wall. He's revving up at the right time, according to that story. So again, you got the Chiefs, they're building the momentum. They're playing together. They're getting that familiarity, getting that rhythm and getting healthy late in the season at the right time, because that's when it's really going to matter for that playoff push. Most likely either against a Bengals team or a Bills team, the two teams that beat Kansas City this year, along with the Colts. We're not going to talk about that, though. So again, getting these guys healthy, squared away, and in rhythm this part of the year is just exactly what the Chiefs need.
Yeah, Nick, and that is what the Chiefs are looking at right now. We know they're going to make the playoffs now that it's all about seeding, okay?
100%.
So they go to the Broncos. They're at Denver this coming week. Broncos, good defense, very good defense, but offense has been abysmal. And this Chiefs offense is just too good. They're going to win that game. Then they go to the Texans, have a easy game against the Texans. Obviously, no game's easy, but Texans are the worst team in the league. I would imagine that the Chiefs blow past them. Now they have a frisky Seattle team at home, but I think the home field advantage is going to be big for them there. Then they get the Broncos at home. Again, I think they win that one. And the last game of the season will probably be their toughest, Nick, and that is at Las Vegas against the Raiders. So the Raiders are looking hot right now. They're kind of getting off to a pretty hot last few games. So I think that will be the Chiefs' toughest test. But if they can win out, they're looking potentially, I think, Nick, for some home field advantage during the playoffs, maybe a first-round bye.
So let me ask you this. So I've got a feeling when it comes to this Chiefs team, I don't really think home field or the bye, like you talked about, is as important to this Chiefs team as being healthy, because this is it's a newer Chiefs offense. They added a lot of pieces. For me, at least in my head, I want all these guys to be in rhythm and playing together, even if they, lose a game here because they're resting some guys due to injury instead of focusing on getting that bye. What do you think? You think it's more important for this team to get that bye or to, make sure they're healthy and later part of the season so that way they can get some rhythm going.
Well, Nick, whenever Baltimore would go to the playoffs, I always feel like they had a better chance to make a run when they started from like a wild card game or play-in game, or not even, but they were like playing the first week.
Yeah, wild card weekend.
I think that when they have a game to get ramped up, they win a game, they start building momentum in the playoffs. They always did better because the year that they were like destined to win it all, when they went 14-2, got the first round bye, first seed in the AFC, they came out so flat in the playoff game. I just didn't like what it did. So, yeah, I could see not getting a first round bye as being beneficial to the Chiefs as well.